Well, hey everybody, Walt Dickinson here, founder brewer at Wicked Weed Brewing, and I want to talk to you about Crazy Genius. So, I'll put it back, boom. So this is a beer that we just released recently, and I don't know if you heard about this little Guinness Book of World Record 177 tap takeover at the Raleigh Beer Garden. Amazing account of ours, great people. We had two collaborations for the event. One being a clean beer, which is like a milkshake stout, a milkshake IPA. And then we did this out of the sour program. So this was a project that Jen Currier and Andrew Zinn really kind of took the lead on and worked on. And I am so proud of their recipe and blending abilities at this point. I think this is one of the coolest things we put out over the last year. And what we did is we just went through the cellar, chose some barrels that we thought would work well to blend. And then we took that and we dry hopped it, kind of like if you're familiar with the beer that we used to make called Amorous, which was our dry hop sour. If you look at this color, and once you get this in your hands and you smell it, obviously there'll be some things that remind you of that. I think dry hopping with sour beer lends really, really beautiful expression of the hops. If you think of hops, you know, there's all these fruit characters and fruit flavors that we're seeking out when we talk about IPAs. You look at pernicious, right? The keynotes there are kind of, I always think of underripe pineapple, some green mango, citrus, tangerine, light pine notes are kind of in there. And I think that's all like, those are the things we're chasing in hops, right? And hops are, those aromatics are coming from the acids, from the alpha acids specifically. So when you pair that, those acid extracts, those aromatic extracts that we're getting out of the hop as we dry hop, and we are using the alcohol to kind of dilute those things in the beer so you can have that experience and get that flavor in there. When you pair that with the acidity of a sour beer, what you get is kind of this multiplying effect of those fruity characters. So, I mean, when you get this, you're just gonna smell fresh tangerine. This is using Citra and Mosaic. I believe Mosaic, hold on, let me double check. Amarillo, sorry. Amarillo and Citra. And both of those being very kind of clementine, tangerine, grapefruit, fresh squeezed orange juice. Those are kind of like the aromatics that I always get and the flavor components I get. So I think this really drives those. But then we pair that with some nice kind of raspberry and mango actual fruit that was in some of the blending stock and that we used in the beer. And it just ends up being this really beautiful fruit bomb. It kind of reminds me of a tropical punch, and just as a gorgeous beer, well executed. Yeah, I was right. It's good. So anyways, it's one of my favorite beers we've made this year. You should definitely try some. Not a lot of it that was made, so get your hands on a bottle if you can. Cheers.